Guys, so for this video you will not see me on screen as it may be a bit of a distraction. What I really want to do during this video is basically show you around my print store and just show you how to create a new listing, and today we'll be looking at physical products. So in this case it will be for the photography prints. I have created a video already on how to obviously get a digital print into physical print, so I will link you in on this video, so do check that out for the workflow. But this is looking at the Etsy store and how that looks sort of for the front end and from the back end. So this is my print store. As you can see, I am on 165 sales, 5 stars at the moment. Etsy actually do it's a new sort of customer experience program where they actually show you how that seller is doing. So as you can see on here, I have a little speedy reply sort of icon, which means that I'm great at replying quickly, and rave reviews, which means that I have an average review rating of 4.8 or higher. As you scroll down the shop, I'm going to click on read more here. So this is an announcement. You can update this as and when you wish to. It actually tells Etsy that your shop is still current. Basically, Etsy love you updating your store so they know that it's not just sitting there doing nothing. So this is an area where I just kind of share what promotions are on the store, a little bit about me, travel collections, the information about prints, and just a direct link to my website. As you scroll down further, this is basically my store and what it looks like right now. The featured items, you can actually change these. So I have selected these 4 prints as they are some of my favourites and some of my customers' favourites so far. And down here on the left, you will see all the different sections that I've created, just to break it up a little bit and make it a bit more organised. But also this helps the on-site SEO, which is search engine optimization. So when a customer is looking for Italy photography prints, for example, my shop is more likely to rank and the products are likely to show because this is a keyword that the customer is searching. And the admirers section just means that 51 people have liked the store, and like I said before, 165 sales. And that is your store basically. As you keep going down, you've got the review section, so you can, even when you're shopping as a customer, you can sort by recommended or the newest. And then as you scroll down further, any store updates that you do through the selling app will appear here. So I love to use the update section just to share obviously the prints that I've got in store, and any updates, so any things that are sent out. It just kind of adds a human connection to the store, I think, because there is no way of adding audio really, and things like that on Etsy. So yeah, this section is an about section. Like it says on here, my store was open in 2020, which was during lockdown. This is just a little bit more about me, and then this is literally just social media links and more information about the store. So what I'm going to do is click on the store icon here, which takes me to my shop manager. As you can see, so this is the back end of Etsy that you don't necessarily see until you have a shop here on Etsy. So this is what the back end looks like. Now, the sales and stats, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown. My store is very, it's not one of the busiest stores, of course, so I'm still working on my Etsy store, adding products, tweaking things, and I'm also focusing on offering a higher quality product to my customers. So I'm not, you've got 2 ways of doing Etsy. You can either, you can sell products at a lower cost, but obviously it means that your profit margin might not be there, you might not be making as much money as you would like, but also it means that you're going to be having to sell more to make money, to make more of a profit. But that's my focus, is very much having, you know, like a really gorgeous product, a print that you put on the wall and you think, oh my god, that looks really gorgeous, and the right price for that product. Because when you're pricing the products, you need to bear in mind, you know, the hours that you worked, and obviously the hours that you put into your Etsy store, the quality of the products, how much it's going to cost to create that print and have it shipped, delivered, your packaging costs, etc. So yes, mine is very much looking at all those areas and going with a price that is great for the customer but also great for me. So as you can see today, I've just had an order come through. So it gives you a breakdown of your today views. So total views are 17 today. Visits so far, which is 17% down compared to this time last year. I've had one order today of £10.20. This is actually a digital product, which I'm going to create a video separately to show you how to create a digital product. So the great thing about digital products is that this is sold and I don't have to do anything. This is just passive income basically. As you scroll down, I can click on view all listings, but active listings 202. One is expired, which I need to renew, and sold out none because I've just updated my inventory. Recent activity, so this person has bought my digital product and this was just a favourite from yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and go into listings and I'm going to show you how to create a new listing. So I'm going to go to add listing and this is what it looks like. So it is really easy to get listings on to Etsy once you've set up your store. So really easy to follow. So literally new photos. It actually gives you a breakdown of what photos you should add into your listing. So as you can see, you've got 9 upload spaces for photos. The more photos that you can upload, the better, because it actually tells Etsy's algorithm that your shop is a bit more fuller and that your customer is going to have a better customer experience because you've got all these options. So I'm going to just quickly show you what that would look like once you've uploaded some. So I'll just go and upload something that I've already got on there. Sorry, I have multiple ones. So let's have a look. I will go into this one. So I'm going to upload these 4 just to show you how that would look. So when a customer clicks through to your listing and they click on the image, in fact, let me show you how that would look. I'm going to go onto my store shop front as if I was buying things. I'll just click on this one. So these images here, as you can see, all these images are the ones that I've uploaded. And as you click through, it just gives the customer, that's a video, it gives the customer more of an idea of how the photo will look on different backgrounds and different styling and interiors. And then this is just an image that I've got to show the different ratios of the wall art. These are really great options to have on your listings because it gives customers more information before they decide to buy anything. The more information that you can share, the better. So this is how it would look from the back end of your store. You can adjust the thumbnail if you wanted to, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Etsy have an option to upload video. Video is obviously a game changer for literally every industry. So video is quite new. I would say it's probably about a year old. And this is a great way to show sellers, you know, maybe how the product is made, or perhaps just a clip of like the different images you sell or products that you sell, and anything that highlights your business really and helps to sell your product. This is a great space for it, and it can be anything from 5 to 15 seconds. There's no audio in this, so you don't have to necessarily do like a real life video. It could be like a GIF image of something that's useful to your business and your store. You can go wild with it really. So your listing details. This is where the magic happens, guys. So your title. So this title section here is basically what customers will be typing in to find your product. So I'm going to flick back onto here. Now on this search box here, Etsy SEO is a whole different ballgame. It does tie in very much with Google SEO to a certain extent. And actually, yeah, they have improved their SEO recently, and it works even similarly to Google in that they are looking for people to share listings with useful keywords. A great way of doing this, and this is just off the cuff, there is third-party software available or programs that helps you do keyword research, very much like Google keywords, but for Etsy like eRank, and I think there's one called Marmalade. But within Etsy itself, if I was to type in Italy photography, so these drop-down keywords basically tells you that people are actually looking for these keywords and products. So this is a great starting point if you are not familiar with SEO, just to do keyword research to find out what are customers actually typing in to find the products that you're selling. And these are the keywords that you would then implement into your listing here. You can use 140 characters. The longer the listing title, the better, because that just means that there's more chance of it being picked up on Etsy search and algorithm. About this listing, so this just literally, you made the product, hopefully, or the team, member of your shop if you're working with more than one person. What is this? Is it a supply or tool to make things or a finished product, and when did you make it? Very self-explanatory. The category is a very important one as well. So in this case, I'm going to type in, sorry, it's not even, so it's the New York photo, photography, let's do that. And what this will do is give you lots of different options here. So when I was offering Gisli prints, I had it under Gisli, and then since then I have actually updated the print quality. So it's no longer, it's a different type of print, which is just as professional, if not, it's archival ink, but I've actually changed it into this. So as you can see, it gives me about 7 or 8 different categories that product would be listed under. Now if I typed in Gisli print, click on that, and narrows it down to 7 categories. So do some research on the category as to the product that you're selling and where you would like to see that appear. It is trial and error. There is no wrong or right, I would say, but definitely have a category because of course it's mandatory. Primary colour optional. It's not something I necessarily use as it is optional. You can definitely put that into your prints or products if you wanted to. Width and height is optional. There are a lot of customers that will search by size. So a fine example of this automatically, I mean, I've left this on the search what we were looking at before. Italy photo album 6x4. So if I was to type in Italy print, here we go. So Italy print set of 3. Italy print so people aren't really looking by this. But people do sometimes search by size. And I know this because on the back end of things, which I'll show you in a bit, it gives you the keywords that people have found your listings from. So there is people that do that. And that would be obviously really great for width and height. Orientation, so vertical or horizontal, unframed or framed. This sort of stuff is very self-explanatory, and there are a lot of optional bits here, which you can choose to use or not. The more details that you can select and put in, the better really, because that just means that it's going to niche down on the different categories and products. So your potential customer is going to get a more accurate product for them that they actually want. Renewal options, so Etsy charge 20 cents USD for listing fees, which is, gosh, it's so cheap. And you can either opt to renew it automatically or manually. I have mine set to automatic because I want my inventory to be there and available. However, if you are testing your products to see whether they will do well in, say, 3 months, 4 months, then you could do manual and then renew it yourself. As it tells you here, the renewal lasts for 4 months or until it sells out, and then it will automatically or manually renew. So it's a good way of just, if you don't want to invest too much, even though it's 20 cents, then that's entirely up to yourself. This section here says physical or digital. So in this video, I'm going to show you the physical. So we're going to leave that as physical, and then in the description, this is where I put a lot of information about my prints here. So let me just show you on here what that would look like when you are viewing the page. So here, description. So this is just the name of the print, all the details, the print information, so how that print's going to look, the quality of the paper that it's being printed on, details about the paper, details on custom orders, shipping, packaging details, and any other further information that you feel your customer will benefit from. All of this would be in here, but also this is the area, the description box is where you would also use these keywords that you've used and basically sprinkle them into that text. Because what Etsy actually does, it obviously uses SEO and keywords for search results. So if your title matches a lot of the keywords in the description, it means that Etsy will basically boost your listings because they are more frequent in the content or the description. So definitely be sure to include your listing keywords into the description as well. You can also preview the listing as a Google search result, which is great. I think that's fairly new, perhaps, but I could be wrong. It's just I've not noticed this before, so maybe it's something new. Production partners. So because I actually ship my products from home, I don't use third-party company at this time. I love to check the quality of the prints before I send them out. Then I just leave it as is because I'm doing it myself. However, if you are using a third-party company, anything like that, tap on add a new production partner, and you would look at the production partner's website as to how they incorporate it into Etsy. I know Printful, for example, do it, and I guess I'm not too sure about the other platforms as it's not something I've played around with, but research that area if it's something you feel that you'll be using. Sections, so these are the different sections that I've created. So again, this is going to help the keywords and Etsy rankings. So when customer is looking for New York photography, not only is it going to show up because the section is here, it's also sprinkled into the listings, so the listing title and also the listing description. The tags, so again, the tags should really match the listing title that you've done. So descriptive keywords that you are finding from the search. So I'm going to type in New York. So you might do New York print here, New York poster, New York photo, New York photography. You might do New York black and white if it's a black and white. There we go. So people are looking for black and white print. So you would go into the tags and you would tag it and pop it in there. You get a maximum of 13. So try and fill it out best that you can. You can also get ideas for tags. And what this does, it gives you a few questions to ask. So ask yourselves, who's it for? What is the main colour? And a few other questions. And you can then obviously pop them into the tag section, which is great. Materials, not something I use, however you can if you choose to. Your pricing, again, so this is your inventory and pricing section. Your price is going to be based on what you are obviously selling your product at. You need to get your pricing right because it's very easy to be at a loss, with products. So you need to take into factor, and Etsy are great with this, remember to factor in the cost of materials, labour and other business expenses. And if you offer free delivery, make sure to include the cost of postage so it doesn't eat into your profits. So it's all about working out the best price for you, your product, your business, so that you're making your profit, and then some. You've got the option to do domestic and global pricing if you wanted to. Again, that is just personal preference. Quantity, so depending on how many products you have in your inventory. Even though I do print on demand, supply on demand, I just do it as 20 or whatever, and then just update it as they sell out or what have you. It's just easier to manage for me. You can add variations if you wanted to, and personalization. So if you are offering personalization on the product, so if I just select yes to this, and instruction for buyers. So you would just pop in there like, please forward on the name for the person that this is being gifted to, or like whatever personalization option you've got in your product. Your variations, so this is where you would do your sizing. So on here, I have my listings as inches. So let's scroll back up on here. So select the size, I've got a size, and then I've also got the finish, so bamboo or fine art pearl finish. And that is a section where you would add this. So your size in whatever metric you want to use. Prices vary if they do, quantities, SKUs if you wish to use that, and then your variations if you do different finishes or different lengths and patterns, etc, etc. So that's where you would find those options. Let's switch personalization off, so there's not much on screen. So delivery, so I was playing around with Printful for a while, and I've plugged that in and it's connected to my Printful account. It isn't something I've used yet, however, their sort of pricing comes across automatically, but the shipping profile, which is mine, is actually my go-to, and this is, I just use that on all of them, basically all my physical products at least. This is your marketing. So Etsy offer Etsy ads, which again I'll do a different video on if you guys are interested. You can advertise it or you don't have to advertise it. The thing is with advertising on Etsy, it is you need to make sure that your keywords and your SEO is on point before you do that, because there is no point of having the listings not correctly done in terms of SEO, as it's not going to help you with your marketing, because your products won't be found. On this section, so this is your dashboard. Let's go. So that's basically your listing, and then you just click on publish at the bottom right. Dead easy. And then, so this is your dashboard. So this just gives you an overview of everything. And then you've got your messages, your orders and delivery. Your orders and delivery section is new. I don't have any new right now. The one that I sold before was digital, and then completed gives you information on your completed orders and how many you've completed. Star seller is something new that Etsy have done, which is great. It's just badges basically that should tell customers how great you are and your stories. I've got the speedy replies badge at the moment, and rave reviews. I don't have smooth dispatch because I've been selling a lot of digital products actually. I've made a lot of changes on my store over the past few months, so I'm sort of just figuring out what's working and what isn't working right now. And then you've got your stats. So this year, so far, this gives you a breakdown of where you're at with everything. So this year, from January till September, I've had 61 orders, visits of 7,351, conversion of 0.8. So really, I'm trying to get that conversion over 1%, because that's sort of like the general target for e-commerce. And revenue is 1,105.23. Which I am happy with, because actually last year from January through to December, conversion was 0.6, so I'm up on conversion so far this year. And revenue was 142,757, so it's very, very part-time. This is, but it's something that I don't invest a lot of time in, so that's something I'm changing recently. And so generally speaking, I mean, we're in September, and so this was January through to December 1427, and obviously this year we're in September. We've still got another well, yeah, and we're going into peak season, so let's see. I'm gonna see how it ends. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But generally speaking, it's increased by 19% because I've added a lot of different products on the digital side of things and what have you. So yeah, and that gives you a breakdown on what's going on, your finances, marketing, integrations. Integrations is basically an idea on, it tells you the tools that you can use to optimize your Etsy store. So eRank is a great one. So this is to improve your listings. So what I mentioned before, the marmalade, I'm not too sure how it's pronounced really. So that's a recommended tool for SEO. eRank it is. There's a whole bunch of other products that they actually recommend. So it's a really great platform to get started with. Etsy is. And it's, yeah, really simple to use, really intuitive, and just really nice. And they have their own customer base as well, which is great. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. This has turned into a very long video, but I hope you guys have found it super useful. If you have any questions at all, as usual, just let me know down below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll be back soon. Bye.